Okay, so for the online people, we've started talking about life science, different things, and we're doing that at the end of the day, but I want to use this time to work it into our reading. And part of what this life science thing is for the ones online, we will be dissecting squid, and you guys will be able to, since you're not here, you'll be able to watch us. I'll put it up in a Google Meet, and we'll be able to work on it. So before we can even get to that, though, we have to understand about animals, about life science, and understand what exactly it is that we're looking when we dissect a squid. So we've already started talking about a few things. Please stop. For those in person, we've been talking about
The whale.
we've been talking about features for survival. Can you explain what it means to have features for survival?
Something to help you survive in the wild.
Yeah, it's something that you have to help you survive in the wild or just in life. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the wild. And so, David, can you tell me what is a special feature that an animal has for survival?
Like flying, climbing.
Okay, so birds have wings to help them survive. And that helps them survive so that maybe they can fly out of the way of their predators. Or maybe they fly and they swoop down on their prey to get them. Somebody else give me an example of another survival feature. Jason, what animal? An alligator.
I can camouflage and like.
Oh, so wait, let's just stop there. Alligator's skin is camouflaged. So why do they have camouflaged skin?
So when a fish comes near, the alligator could jump up, like go get it.
Yeah. So they blend into their surroundings, so like it makes them hard for animals to see them coming when they're ready to eat them. Jocelyn, what's another animal?
A giraffe.
A what?
Giraffe.
A giraffe. What feature does a giraffe have?
It has a long neck.
Why does it have long necks?
So it can get their food up high like leaves.
Yeah, they eat leaves. They're herbivores, so they eat leaves. They have to have that long neck to reach trees that are up really high. So we're going to kind of switch a little bit, and we're going to look at recognizing plants and animals that and their special features that enable them to grow in their environment. So not just necessarily surviving, but they're growing.
I know nothing else.
All right. Look back at your KWL chart. I think it was the first page.
KWL?
Yep, the chart.
Hello.
And we've talked about those different things. So we really just did this part of my slide. So I'm going to skip it. I want to break down the standards. Features are noticeable parts of something. What you see when you look at a plant or animal. Grow means to become larger. When something starts out small and gets bigger. Environment are all the things together that surround animals and humans in their natural world. So everything that's around us in the natural world is part of our environment. And then when you look around, the things that are there, what you see, that's part of our natural world. So in Indiana, part of our natural world is grass. We have all kinds of different trees that are in Indiana. Okay, the rocks are part of the natural world. The lakes and the rivers are all part of the natural world. So that is our environment. All right, so in your book, can I borrow yours? You are going to turn to page, no, to page 8. No wait, maybe not page 8. Let me see. I'm looking. Wait.
44. thorns. It doesn't.
Please stop. Just listen.
It's 14.
No, it's not. It's page 8, but I have it written wrong. So turn in your book to page 8. It says KWL survival. Cross off survival and write growth. Cross off survival and write growth.
How do you spell those?
Okay, now I want you guys to brainstorm some ideas. What do you know? What are some features that plants and animals have that help them to grow? What are the things that plants and animals have that help them to grow? Write that down in your book. All right, Nora, what are some things that plants or animals need to grow?
Water and lots of food.
Water, food,
Need sun to grow.
what?
Sun to grow food.
Sun. So one of the things that I want to say, I love those ideas because they do need them to grow. But here's the problem. We're looking at the features of the plants or the animals. So yes, they do need water, they do need sun, they do need food to grow, but that's not on their body. That's just their environment. So remember, features are the noticeable parts of something. So when you look at a plant or an animal, the sun is not part of a plant or animal. What is it that's special about how they get their water or their food or get the sun? Abby, what's one thing that you're thinking?
With elephants, they can store it up in their nose.
In their trunk?
Yeah.
So elephants, their feature that they have that they need to grow is going to be their trunk, right? Nora said that they need water. How the elephants get water is through their trunk, okay? Audrina, what's another thing that you know about things like to make them grow?
Like maybe
Say it again. Louder.
beaks.
Beaks. So maybe they need beaks to help them to eat their food, and that helps them to grow. Jariah? Their body. Do animals have special parts of their bodies that help them to grow? Special things that happens with their bodies. Abby?
Their fur. Some have fur.
Okay, but I want to so keeping them warm helps them to grow, yes. I was thinking more along the lines of snakes. What happens to snakes? Jason?
Snakes, when they grow, the old skin, it comes off of them, and they have new skin.
So when they start out as a baby, they have the skin, right?
Yeah.
And as they get bigger, the skin becomes too small,
So they shed.
shed their skin. That is a feature that is there to help them survive. Okay, Jocelyn.
Arms and legs.
The arms and the legs. What happens with our arms and our legs? Are our arms and legs the same length as they were when we were babies? No. What happens?
They grow.
They grow.
The bones inside grow. Our skin, what does it do? It stretches. We don't we're not like a steak. We don't get rid of our skin like snakes do, but our skin stretches. Snake skin also stretches too. Have you ever seen when a snake eats something and it's bigger than it? It opens its mouth up really wide. That's part of what another feature that snakes have. They have that jaw that makes it so like they can pop it back. But then also, have you ever seen when a snake eats it and it starts swallowing it, and you can see the food or the animal moving down its body, and there's just like this big bulge in the middle of the snake till it breaks it down. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Pouches.
Pouches. What do you mean? How does that help us to grow?
Like kangaroos or koalas and other animals have pouches to protect their babies.
Yeah, they protect their babies. If the babies aren't protected, they could potentially die, right? So a feature that the moms have is the pouches. Jiraiya. Tongue. What do the tongues do?
It helps basically like with the food and water.
Yeah, animals use it for different things. What do snakes use their tongue for?
To sense the air.
To smell things, right?
What?
Yeah.
They use their tongue. They stick their tongue out to sense the air.
Yeah, they stick their tongue out and they're trying like a smelling type of thing. One thing that I want to say, we keep talking a lot about animals. Yes, animals have special features to grow. Let's pause for a second and think about plants. What are special about plants that help them to grow? Sydney.
The leaves.
The leaves. How do the leaves help them grow?
It collects the water.
Leaves help collect the water. Not so much the leaves. They're not the water, but what else do the leaves do?
Gunther release the ants.
Huh?
They release ants out of it.
Part of it. Eli?
The leaves help the plant by absorbing the water and making it into food.
Part of it, but it also absorbs the sunlight.
Yeah.
And turns it into the chemical that they need to help it to grow. What else, Jason? Help it to grow.
The rain and the
Yeah, but remember, that's not a feature of the plant.
not the habit.
We need to know what's on the plant that helps them to grow. Yes, they need water. Yes, they need rain. But what does their body or their plant have? Jiraiya? Huh? How do the roots help them to grow? They take in the water and they move it up to the stem. The stem is where it holds things. It helps it to grow. Abby.
The stem absorbs all of its sun and water.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to kind of move on past this. Let's clear it and go back. In your book, you have the word grow. What did we say the definition of grow is?
When something starts out small and gets bigger.
To become bigger. When something starts out small and gets bigger. You are going to take a minute and you're going to write the definition, a sentence, and then draw an illustration for grow.